TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.
We have been called pre-adults, emerging adults, millennials, the lost decade, and the defining decade. We graduated during one of the worst economies of recent times, and while some of us are actually making it big, others are struggling to find their feet in the world. Now, these times are confusing, they're trying, they're fun, and sometimes they're just unreasonably difficult. Now, if any of the things I have said sounds familiar to you, then let me just say, welcome to your 20s.
Yeah.
Ladies, shall we? Alright, so let's just talk about our 20s real quick. What is your best memory so far for your 20s?
For 20s,
The best one, the one that you just look back and like, yes.
I think it was a period where I actually danced.
You were
while
a
I was in
dancer?
School, yeah.
Backstory. Give us the backstory to you being a dancer.
Okay, so I when I entered school 100 level, I found this dance group. They were really lovely. It was just an experience for me, you know, dancing. I enjoyed early morning workouts. Like, we wake up very early in the morning by 6.
You were working out, Adrian?
Yes, I was.
We start saying 5 minutes dead.
No, intense workouts. You know, it was really fun. We had to go for shows. Sometimes we had late nights. You know, like sometimes we come back by 12 in the night. So we would have a cab. There's some very,
Who is this Ejiro? I don't know this. I don't know this person at all.
We go out at night. We go for shows. You know, we did competitions. You know, then Malta Guinness Dance Hall. We would go. Or, you know, we didn't qualify, but you know, you just always were so optimistic every year about it. We'll go and all that. So, so those are the fun memories for me.
John, have you
early
lived
20s.
the best part of your 20s yet, or you're looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it, but I also have some really good memories.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I entered my first day at university, that was like the first day I was alone because I went to a boarding school, so I'm always either at home or. But this time it was my first time, particularly on my own. So everything was kind of new to me. I was excited, I was nervous, I was scared. What happened? But then it turned out to be fun, like the matric. That was the first time I actually stayed up to 3 a.m.
Jesus
Christ. The matric party and stuff like that. So it really was nice. It was fun for me.
Trace, what's your own?
Mine isn't interesting. You guys are not allowed to laugh at me.
Okay.
But my favorite thing about my 20s is being able to pay my own bills.
You look forward to it in your 20s, like the opportunity not to necessarily depend on your parents.
I guess.
To be responsible. Okay, I think the responsible part is a bit.
I feel like this is not the time that we're supposed to be responsible, but for some reason, it's just really hard, right? I feel like I could be wrong, but I have this feeling, and I want you guys to check me on it. Do you guys feel like our generation of 20-year-olds are just doing it wrong? Because when you look at your parents' pictures, or even this generation just before you, the ones that are already mothers now that have their children, they're like 10, 12 years old, they keep telling you about stories, about all the amazing things they did in their 20s, how they were bobbing and shuffling. But I have been working since I became 20.
And
Am I doing it wrong?
I feel like we didn't explore enough. I think I feel that because recently we were talking to someone and she was giving us so much details.
I wanted to cry tears.
Oh my god! Okay, so basically for me, I think one of the things I felt I could have done more in my 20s was leave more.
Right?
You know, just explore more. You know, do some things that I would have just said no. Don't be responsible at this part. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just step out and do it.
Do you have any of those feelings? Have you ever done an F it thing? I can't say the F word, but like an F it thing, a thing that you just thought you're like, this is really a bad idea, but you know what? I'm not just gonna do it. Have you done that yet?
Not really, but one thing I feel people should know in their 20s is how to know that you are enough for yourself. You know, in your 20s, you have this feeling that you're scared of not being good at in school. You're scared of losing your friends. You're scared of
Making mistakes.
Yes, making mistakes. But and you're scared. People may not like you. Like, oh, what if you just go out there, you want to do something, and people don't respond? You don't get the love you want. So I feel in your 20s, you know that you are enough for yourself. Like, do what you want to do, be free, explore more, just be brave, but just be you. Don't be scared of what people will think about you, because people will definitely have their own opinions about you. So just know, one, that you are enough for yourself, despite what people think. I think that will give you the courage to want to be you, to do things that, at times you want to do things, but you're scared of the way people want to
respond.
Yes. So I think you should know that no matter what people think, you should do you, just be you. No, you are enough for yourself.
I want to give you a round of applause for this very long speech of aspire to perspire. But let us be factual about what we're talking about now. It sounds really easy to say be enough for yourself, but living it is something entirely different. Now, at some point in our life, we are all at the same level, and that point is usually when we're in university. We are all just going to school. We're all just trying to have good grades. We're all just focused on making our parents proud, in air quotes, and then we graduate and everything changes. Some people have to go to law school, some people have to go to medical school, some people have to go to serve. First of all, the first backhand slap you receive is that your name did not even come out in batch A in NYSC. That is the first problem that you have to deal with, first of all, that you have to wait. And God forbid you are not one of those fourth timing people that didn't have a handwork in school. So you get your very first wave of unemployment. Now your friends are posting their camp pictures, even though camp is a horrible place to be, but you don't know that. They're posting their camp pictures and you're just there thinking, God, why me?
Why me?
Right? So first of all, you're already feeling like you've backtracked, that you've lost a few good months from when they're going to be busy. So let's say finally you get into NYSC, you're now serving, everything is cool in the world, and then you graduate, you pass out. And then you're thrown into the labor market. Now, some of your friends could get lucky and they could get posted to really good places. Like there's a couple that works here and he's amazing. He's one of our producers, by the way. He's amazing. And we know that he's already verging to his career path. But I know that he has people in his class that graduated with him, that look at him when he posts pictures of maybe he's working and they're like, this guy don't make what of me. So now those people are feeling bad already just because this man is living a life, and you might be one of those people that end up feeling bad. Maybe they posted you to one school in one place, village. You don't want to be a teacher, and now you didn't meet any person there at all, and now you're back to square one, posting I need a job on Twitter. So stuff now. So why it feels like it's really great to just say you're enough for yourself, you're doing good, you're doing great. It's hard to live it.
So I think people should not compare themselves to others. Someone's success does not determine your failure.
It's not me saying I'm going to pay you.
I feel that at that point, that's the thing about being young. Now, one of the things we should do a lot as young people is to set out a plan. Now, they say planning early is not enough. But I feel that if, as a young person, you know what you want, and then you should deliberate, because that's what we do. We think we have so much time.
It's like we're young, but we're not young enough.
When you enter 100 level, you think yourself that it's 4 years now, so I have time to play. I don't want to be serious. When I get to 400 level, I'll now become more serious. Maybe 300 level, when it's really becoming tough and all that, because they'll tell you when you're interested that 300 level is deal breaker.
That's kind of the way if you don't die, you never die.
Do you understand? So you get to school and you need to be focused. I think one of the things that I learned, I wished I knew early, was that I would have been a lot more focused on certain things and then build those things, and then I would have felt a lot more fulfilled. There would always be time to play. Being focused actually helps you know that, okay, I can go to the club today, I can go to this party today, but I know that I have to do this and do this and do this. But because we feel please, especially for people, I don't know how it was for Joan, but for some people like Joan who get the first opportunity to just be free, they go like,
she said you cast.
They just say, wow, freedom at last. You know, just get excited and all that. So as much as you're exploring, let there be a focus in mind. And now, when you have that focus in mind, you're growing. You want to say, okay, is there an opportunity I can just train myself in this aspect while I'm still in school? Let me be growing. What can I possibly be doing alongside playing? Because there is class. Sometimes when you check it, sometimes it's early morning class. Sometimes all the classes end by 12.
It's a lie.
Okay,
because in my finals, I have to say this, because in 100 level, I always had 4 p.m. classes, 4 to 6.
I did too.
Made zero sense.
What was your
In my
department?
final year, I had this one course that I had classes from 8 to like 12, and then randomly, I think every Tuesday or something, by 4 p.m. there was this one class. I never saw the lecturer's face in my life. Because after 12, I was done. You couldn't make me come back to school after 12. I was done. But that class, I never saw it. I just saw the material and I read it and that was it. I never saw it. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, there's also something that I feel like people don't really talk about. Or, you know, when you hear things like, you know, you should work in school, you should gain some experience. So people never think about the fact that sometimes you might have a course of study that doesn't allow you to do that.
Okay, yeah.
I remember in 100 level, I did 13 courses. Made no sense. But, you know, I did that much. And they were such small courses, 2 units, 3 units, very waste of time kind of courses. I had a lot on my plate. And then there was people that were balancing it with internships. And I always felt so jealous of them, irrespective of the fact that I made better grades in graduation than they did. But I've never actually used my degree per se for anything. So I kind of look back and feel like, oh, what if I just tried to balance it? So I think a major problem that 20-year-olds and pre-20-year-olds face is they struggle with balance.
Yeah.
Balance is something that is so hard, and they always feel like they have so much time but not enough time at the same time. Like when I was in school, you know, thanks to Nollywood, I was terrified of the university. I just, first of all, I expected to see girls wearing heels to class.
Yes!
4 years in the university, I never saw it. You know, I was afraid of cultism. I was afraid that my lecturer would ask me out and fail me. Idris Abu Karim, this is your fault. You know, I had so many ideas in my head. So when I finally got there, I placed myself in a cocoon.
Oh.
Right? I tried to not leave that much. In 100 level, I lived a bit, and then I had this 1D in my result that I just hated. I hate bad grades, so it just got me angry. So like, from 20 level, like, you know what?
Focus. Let's not get.
You know, I didn't go to any parties. I didn't go to the club. I was like always saying that once I graduate, I'll have time to do it. And then I graduated and I started working, and I have not had time to do it. So
you
yes.
can still do it, Joyce.
Do I even, can I?
Yes, you can.
Now I'm thinking about how to get my finances up. Now I feel like I don't have time. It's a struggle. 20s are so confusing.
Well, when you create the balance, then that would be the question. How do you create balance? I feel that, like I said, priorities should be in place. Now, if you're not able to decide, first of all, it's deciding what you want. What do you want?
It's tough to decide what you want.
So sometimes your life should be in the direction of what you want. Sometimes keep exploring, but one of them will just click and stay. Do you understand? And that way, it helps you create a balance. You then create a balance around it. You then create your life around that particular thing that you're focusing on. So you say, okay, now I'm focusing on, let's take media, and I want to be a media personality. This is what I want to do. I want to explore this. I want to explore this. But while I'm exploring this, while I'm doing this, can I create time to go out more, hang out with my friends?
I'm tired.
Can I create time more to, you know? But there's a way to balance it. If you check it, we have 24 hours a day. You can create time for everything.
That's such a Bill Gates thing to say. How dare you?
You have 24 hours in a day.
Let's say you say we all have the same 24 hours.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
The same 24 hours.
People these 24 hours. These 24 hours is laced with dollars. It's your own lace with dollars.
We will get there.
Anyways, I think it's only right, seeing as we have experienced what it's like to be in the confusing part of your 20s, and not like we've gotten it 100%, but I feel like we've gotten a vague idea of what we're doing. So I think it is only right that we try to demystify the confusion that is your 20s. And I feel like the very first jinx we have to break, the very first thing we have to demystify is letting you know that your life does not end at 29.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of us feel once we just hit 30 like this, the big 3-0, you're finished,
You're
you've
finished.
cancelled. There are a lot of people that I follow on social media, extremely successful women, and they keep speaking about the fact that they really hit the peak in their life in their 30s. In 30s is when they really have time to do the bulk of the grooving, because let me tell you, that's when you finally have the money to do the grooving. You get, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You want to travel the world with your friends. A lot of them are on entry-level salaries. In Nigeria, that is like 50,000 naira. I mean, how are you going to go to Dubai? You really cannot. So in your 20s are actually your sowing years. Even though it seems like you might not have a lot of money right now, it's because your 20s are actually your sowing years. Your 20s are the time that you may have to struggle, that you may have to suffer. But do not ever think that, you know, finally when I'm done with training, I won't have time to live my life. Your 30s, you're going to blossom, you know, except you have 5 children in your 20s, I'm sorry. But most likely, you're going to have time to blossom. And then another thing is that people get confused is they do not know the fine line between having fun and ruining your life. Now, I want everybody to have fun in your 20s. I'm still in my 20s. I haven't had as much fun as I would love to. And I'm trying to get my finances up to make sure that I can afford the kind of fun that I want to have. But then we need to understand, young people need to understand that there is such a small line between having fun and destroying your life. You know, you could go out to the club one day, get drunk, do something really stupid that was fun at that moment. You might even be stupid enough to make a video of you doing it, and then 20 years later, 30 years later, you're running for a big position and the video resurfaces. And then, even if it's not something that's so bad, but you're so ashamed, but you have to hide. You know, some people say they have to have their whole face, which is totally supported. But then, are you going to be able to live with the consequences after? There's so many things that you could do in your 20s that are going to jeopardize the rest of your life. So I feel like we should be able to learn the fine line between having fun and totally destroying your future. So what do you think you can add to this?
I feel that discover yourself, discover who you want to be. Being at your age, at age 20s or the 20s whole phase of being 20, those are the times to explore. You can find out, some people find out early, some people find out maybe in their late 20s, but the most important thing is be doing things that you're passionate about. I think for me, follow your passion, step out and make money. Do not say that there's so much time. You see an opportunity to make money, please do make money. Discover what you want, you know, discover yourself and say, oh, can I do this? Can I go into business like this and grow it? Let's see how it works. Try those things. Do I love to be an artist? What can I do to grow myself to become better? Then another thing I would say is grow. Do you understand? Be deliberate about your growth. Be deliberate about it. As much as we want to say, oh, 20s for having fun and all that. 20s is also the time for you to grow. 20s is the time for you to study and get so much content for your life and understand where you are going to. It would really help you. You would realize that, oh, my life, I can do so much more. And then you'd be like, oh, at this time in my life, I was a bit confused about how to do this and how to do this. But I tried to refocus myself. And then I found that this and that.
Precisely.
Do you understand? And then you're not like, at this point, then it hits me. And then I realize I have this focus. And then, voila.
That's amazing. I feel like I should pay for that. That's why I think it's fine. All right, so John, I think we're going to wrap it up with you.
I would say dreams require sacrifice. So, you know, most of our youth today, all they want to do is to just go through the internet all day, lazy around. They don't.
Please don't call me out on TV.
So I want you to know that dreams require sacrifice. You have to put in more effort, more work. Although you want to have fun, but also have the time where you just like improving yourself. You have dreams, so you have to look for things. Look for books that will help you in that direction. So just know that dreams require sacrifice. Don't just sit down and wait for everything to fall down the platter of gold. You know, you have to work for it. So that's what I have to say.
I think this is what we're calling a day on the show today. I think the biggest takeaway for me is that you should just live your best life. You should try as much as possible to live your best life. As much as we all want to make money, you want to have the big careers, we want to have the big tattoos, the only thing you're going to take out of your youth is your experiences and your memories. So you should try to build some. And then I don't want to call anybody else or something, but there's something that our generation does that I think is a little bit messed up. This thought pattern of no new friends. Let me just be frank with you. Only your networking is going to take you ahead in life. And people do not help people that know them. People help people that they know. So you need to be able to build relationships and sustain them, because you're not entirely sure what it could do for you in your future. So dear 20-something, even though it might be confusing right now, even though it might be trying right now, even though it seems like if you spend this 1K in your account, you are going to perish, just know that you good day all right.
Yeah.
My name is Joyce Chooks.
And I'm Ejiro Omoegiade.
And I'm Giovanni Kikmefe.
It's amazing having you on the show today. As always, we're going to be here again tomorrow by 10 a.m. having a fabulous conversation with you. Remember to follow us on all our socials, TSN Nigeria TV. Subscribe to our YouTube, TSN Nigeria Space TV. And of course, check out our blog, tsnnigeria.tv. My name is Joyce Chooks. Have yourself a fabulous day. Good morning.
Bye.